favorite memory from being a part of the youth group was winning Camp Impact every single year. So I've never lost a Camp Impact.
So my favorite memory at the church was when I was in 7th grade and we were out at Camp Impact, and I remember Michael Agnew was still an intern at the church, and it was an interesting night where everyone was kind of like crazy and all, and so Michael just was not having it one night and he just wanted to go to sleep. So basically what he did, I think it was Chris Rabcook and Ben Judkins, and he literally just threw them outside and made them run laps around like all the cabins. So that was one of my top favorite memories.
My favorite memory at the church has been Lighthouse this past year. I had the privilege of being a leader at the Patterson House, and I just really enjoyed every Sunday night getting together, eating dinner and having a really good community to talk about whatever, and it was always the highlight of my life. So thank you, Patterson Lighthouse, for making every Sunday night so great this year.
Favorite St. Andrew memory from all my years in the youth group is when Chris Art drove the van.
My favorite church memory was probably Mission Trip 2017.
My favorite church memory is playing Ultimate Squid at Camp Impact. I thought it was a really fun game to watch and to play. I thought it was pretty funny.
Probably my favorite memory is of Camp Impact.
My favorite St. Andrew memory would have to be any of the prayer walks, the last night of a trip, especially Camp Impact and Mission Trip. I remember my very first mission trip. I was going into 7th grade, knew very few people in the church, and me and Meredith Bowling were sitting outside at the end of that prayer walk and just like watching the fireflies and just talking about life and praying. And it's a way that you really get to connect to the other people in this community and really with God. And it's just one of those impactful moments that, you know, you keep those memories with you. And I think it's just such a great experience to have.
My favorite memory from Camp Impact is the Ultimate Squidby, and I wouldn't forget the dance parties every year. You know, it's just a really fun experience I've had these last couple years. And my other favorite memories would be ski trip, getting to sync the lip sync battle, and that was it.
And my favorite church memory was being the greatest team in Camp Impact history. That really means a lot to me, especially being the noble leader for that team.
My favorite church memory is probably the Houston mission trip. I loved all the mission trips, but the Houston one was probably my favorite because I had a great band to go with and a great work set.
My favorite church memory is probably going to be 2017 ski trip because, my gosh, on that bus ride, we watched Miracle about 100 times. It was crazy. And we also heard Michael's new song during that time, Tales of the Trails. That was probably the best crossover ever with everyone singing. It was hilarious.
Favorite memory, I would say it would have had to been my 6th grade Camp Impact. And this was Michael's first year on staff. And it was me and a bunch of other guys in my grade running laps because Michael had told us to at 3 a.m. in the morning because we were too energetic. So we went out to that cul-de-sac outside of all the bunks and just ran laps for about an hour. It was super funny.
And my favorite memory from St. Andrew is when Michael roasted me in the rap battle for no reason.
Church memory would have to be last year during choir tour. It was I think the last night that we spent in a hotel room, and I was with the other senior girls, and our fire alarm went off, and it was only our room. And so we walk out in the hallway, and there's nobody else there. And so we had to call the front, desk and get the lady to come down there and turn it off. And it was really funny though. That was definitely my favorite memory.
My favorite memory would probably be on mission trip one year. We got an entire school, and it was really cool because everyone just kind of came together and got to take everything out, and it was just really fun.
Favorite church memory,
So probably my favorite church memory was on a mission trip to, I think, Lake Providence, and me and Luke Kubale snuck out in the middle of the night to go grab some snacks, and we got in a lot of trouble because they did a bed check and we weren't there, and they sent out a whole search party all over the entire, I think it was like a school that we were staying at, and they found us, and we pretended like we were working out, but like they caught us. So yeah, alrighty, peace out.
And I would say my favorite memories of the church are probably any of the mission trips, because doing work and serving God for all these people who genuinely need it and giving back is just one of the most rewarding things for me.
Also, my favorite memory from any trip or anything with church is probably the mission trip. After my freshman year, my group and I spent basically the entire week painting, but it wasn't normal colored rooms. We painted one lime green and a bunch of other colors, but it was so much fun.
One of my favorite memories, well, I've had a lot, but I really loved mission trip, just helping the other people and working with your small groups. It's really fun. You meet a lot of new people and you make memories that you won't forget. And also ski trip is very fun. Going out and building relationships with your friends, strengthening them, building new ones. And you get to ski, which is very fun. And don't worry if you haven't skied before, because you can take lessons like I did. Also, Spark Tank, or the Kindling Ministry, was one of my favorite things that I did, just because you get to go out and take initiative in your community, and you can do projects that you want to do with people around you and just help others, and it's a really fun thing.
I think my overall favorite memories at St. Andrew are just all of the dance parties that we had at all of the trips, such as Mission Trip, Camp Impact, and Ski Trip. I think that was always my favorite part of every trip, was just like letting go and dancing and just like screaming to all the music with all my
Favorite
friends.
memory at St. Andrew. There are a lot, so it's hard to choose, but if I had to pick one, it would probably be just spending the time on the work sites at Mission Trip every year, because you really get to bond a lot with the rest of your work group, and you get to know them really well over that week. So yeah.
Favorite memory at St. Andrew would be dancing to Overdrive Footloose at every single dance party.